Okay, this is a YouTube video. Ron O'Clair reporting from 707 Main Street in the city of Worcester, Massachusetts. We have right here, this is 3:24 a.m. on the 23rd of September 2016. We finally have success here. This is a rare occurrence now to have a fire truck come. You know, it used to be every day, 5, 6, 7, 8 times during the same night. We'd have to have calls of a fire truck coming to respond to something going on. As you can see, here's the area of the used to be New York Fried Chicken. It's now called the Polo Loco Fried Chicken. El Loco, what is it? El Loco Fried Chicken. And you don't see hordes of people hanging around on the Spanish Grill front of the building here, on the side. Anyway, you don't see people. You don't see trash. You don't see people yelling and screaming, "Where's my drugs? Where's my money?" Now the fire truck is pulling out. It's just probably a call that false alarm in the building across the street, one of the Matheson apartments. That very, very well maintained buildings over here. This one here, directly across, those beautiful lights in the front, used to be a church, and it's been all gutted inside and apartments in there. It's very, very nice. And that is going down Wellington Street. You don't see a bunch of people. You don't see the guys on a bicycle resupplying, the guys that were standing on the corners peddling the crack and the heroin. You know, this is the way it's supposed to be at 3:30 in the morning now, on a September day, or any day. You know, May, June, July, August, September. That's generally, it was a nightmare, and it would continue September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, right over, ad nauseum. It never stopped. This is the way it was supposed to be. This is what I've been working for all these years, you know, with varying amounts of success. You can see all the way down to the Compare Foods. You don't see 30 or 40 different individuals traipsing through the area, stumbling around, yelling, screaming. Oh, we hear something. Now they're hanging out down by the BP on the wall behind Compare Foods. There'll be a cluster of them down there. They're right down there by now. I'm sure they're down there right this minute. And that's their new headquarters where they're peddling their wares. Oh, my autofocus is screwed up again here on the camera. This is the $10, camera that I bought off of Paulie Jubinville when he wanted cigarette money. He buys stuff every month with his Social Security check, and then he sells it, pawns it, whatever, and he buys it again the next month. At Money Stop downtown, was making a big buck off of him, and most of the stuff that he sold, this probably at one point was purchased by somebody, and it was probably ripped off by somebody else, sold to the Money Stop down there at Federal Plaza, and then I ended up with it. Paulie paid, what did he tell me he paid for this camera? I think it was close to $100, and he sold it to me for $10. I made all my YouTube videos on this camera. I was initially reluctant to, there's a couple of guys coming, it's 3:30 in the morning, they're walking by, and they're going to just keep walking, which is good. That's the way it should be. I don't begrudge them, hey, if they want to walk out on a day, that's their business, as long as they're quiet about it, and they're pretty nice quiet about it. They're not yelling and screaming, they're not carrying on, they're not doing anything wrong. That's the way it's supposed to be, The crosswalks are clearly marked now. Things are coming along. The city has finally congealed into an effective, cohesive unit, the way it's supposed to be, where the citizens, the police, the fire, the emergency medical technicians, we all work together. And certainly the citizen component is the major hurdle to taking back a neighborhood, to making it safe, secure, peaceful, quiet. You know, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 7 a.m., by law, by statute, there's anti-disturbing the peace laws on the books that need to be enforced. And I've been advocating with the previous administration down there at what they refer to as North Korea, the administration of the Worcester Police Department, for them to vigorously enforce all the laws, the littering, the jaywalking, the disturbances of the peace after between 10 and 7 a.m., the loitering. Unfortunately, they can't do loitering anymore. But you know, with the signs that we posted on the all the businesses in front of and on the side of the building, everything's marked, posted, no trespassing. You know, criminal trespass. You know, those signs there have to says criminal trespass on them, and you know, they're supposed to be able to make an arrest with those signs. And this is it. You know, look at this. You don't see a bunch of drug addicted, cracked out people yelling, screaming, carrying on. You know, you don't see Margarita Ponte over there in the corner. The first video I ever did was right there at that the street pole in the front of that chicken place. She was dancing around that pole, and she was bending over looking for imaginary pieces of rock cocaine that she had dropped. And she actually did the pole dance on a tree that used to be right there in that cutout on the sidewalk before that little you see behind it is a telephone booth. Actually, that's an outdoor payphone. But in the middle of the screen right now that we're watching, there's a cutout on the sidewalk that used to house a tree, and there's another one right there in the middle of the screen now again that used to also house a tree. But of course, the tree succumbed to abuse. You know, they for some reason, those trees, they planted them 3 or 4 different times. They just don't take in those 2 spots. You know, as a matter of fact, we got a tree here. I don't know, the camera's out of focus again, and it's kind of dark. Let's see, there's another one down here. There's another one there. There's another one there. One of those got run over by a car, but they replaced it. And that's part of the initiative to replace make the city better, make the city more beautiful, more enticing, more appealing. This is Main Street in the second largest city in New England. This is the way it's supposed to be at 3:30 in the morning. You've seen all my other videos. Here now we have some noise coming. The guy's singing a tune as he's walking down the sidewalk. I'll be quiet so you can hear. Maybe you can recognize that tune. There he goes, an ambulance. You know, there's no loud blaring sirens, you know, like they would run normally. If there had been people hanging out on the sidewalks, half in and out of the road, and they cross over on the crosswalks in front of people. They wouldn't cross though like normal people. They'd saunter across. They'd make traffic slow for them. You know, they would just do it on purpose to inconvenience somebody. They would turn around and make it the journey across from one side to the other, and then they go back and forth, over and across, over and across. It seemed like they would just, I don't know, maybe that's the way they were trying to entice the people to stop to get some crack. I don't know, but there was no need for it, you know. But anyway, it's getting long in the video, so that's the Ronald clear, and it's about time. Thank God we got Chief Stephen Sargent, and things are getting better.